Why is the FBI arresting NBA players, but hiding the mafia? If I told you the mafia just infiltrated the NBA, would you believe me? The scandal the NBA never wanted you to find out about just exploded. Why are 4 mafia families walking free, while the cameras only show NBA players? This isn't about 3 NBA faces. This is about the mob taking over basketball. Millions stolen. Games rigged. Careers over. And the NBA pretends to be shocked. Sports betting didn't just enter the NBA, it may have corrupted it. If the mafia is fixing NBA games, is basketball even real anymore? What started as a rumor has turned into one of the wildest scandals the NBA has ever seen. The FBI says more than 30 people are involved, including members of 4 major New York Mafia families. Yes, the same powerful crime groups that once controlled the city's underworld. Yet, strangely, we don't see any photos or mugshots of those mafia members on the news. You know the ones, the shadowy figures from New York's most notorious crime families. Instead, the media has made sure that the spotlight is squarely on just 3 NBA names: Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups, and Damon Jones. Their faces are everywhere on every platform you scroll through. Social media, TV, online news, you can't escape it. And make no mistake, that is no accident. This is how narratives are shaped. People see a few faces, and they assume that the problem is contained to just those individuals. But anyone paying attention knows that real stories, especially when it involves organized crime, are rarely so simple. Because gambling in sports isn't just big, it's massive. And when professional leagues like the NBA start to embrace gambling, the ripple effects are enormous. We're talking about billions of dollars flowing through the system every year. This isn't just about a casual bet between friends or a fantasy league pick. We're talking about an entire ecosystem where money, data, and influence all collide. And the more access you give players, coaches, and staff to that kind of money, the more potential there is for chaos. It's easy to forget just how deep the connections go. The FBI's investigation has already revealed that multiple members of powerful mafia families, Gambino, Genovese, Bonanno, and Lucchese, were involved. These aren't just street-level criminals. These are groups that have been building empires of illegal operations for decades. Yet, strangely, the news coverage hasn't shown their faces. Instead, the narrative has been carefully framed to focus on the basketball side, the players and coaches who are more recognizable to the public. And that framing does something important. It makes the scandal feel smaller, more isolated, less systemic than it really is. Think about it. Sports gambling is now a huge part of the NBA experience. Logos and ads for betting apps are plastered on the court, on the scoreboard, during TV broadcasts, and across streaming platforms like League Pass. Every commercial break might feature a sportbook ad. Every sponsored segment subtly encourages fans to place a bet. And when the league promotes this culture, it's almost inevitable that some people within the system will start to view the sport itself as part of the hustle. When players, coaches, or staff see others making money from betting, it normalizes the behavior. The temptation to participate, even illegally, grows. And now, with the FBI stepping in, this betting scandal has officially been labeled organized crime. That's not just hyperbole. According to investigators, this isn't a couple of bad apples. This is a network, a system, a combination of professional athletes, former players, and decades-old crime families working together. There are 2 main indictments, one focused on illegal sports betting and the other on rigged underground poker games. Both show a level of sophistication that goes far beyond anything the casual fan could imagine. The poker operation alone reads like something out of a spy movie. Chauncey Billups and Damon Jones are accused of running high-stakes poker games with mafia backing. They allegedly used special glasses and contact lenses that could read invisible markings on the cards. X-ray tables allowed them to see face-down cards. Even shuffling machines were rigged, and a small device resembling a cell phone could scan a deck and predict the winner of each hand. Victims, often wealthy individuals, lost millions without ever realizing they were being scammed. Meanwhile, the NBA continues to market itself as a family-friendly, globally respected league, all while being intertwined with the same kind of money and operations that these investigations have uncovered. It's not just the illegal side of betting that's at play here. Legal partnerships with betting companies are everywhere. DraftKings, FanDuel, and other sportbook sponsor shows, advertisements, and segments across multiple platforms. ESPN has a dedicated gambling app and entire programming devoted to betting. These partnerships bring in millions of dollars each year, and once that much money starts circulating, it attracts attention from legitimate investors and media, yes, but also from people looking for illegal opportunities. Now, ask yourself, how can the mafia infiltrate a professional sport so effectively unless there's some kind of complicity or, at the very least, a blind spot from the higher-ups? Players allegedly shared insider information about lineups, injuries, and minutes played, data that sportbooks cannot normally access in real time. This information may have even included the status of top stars like LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Damian Lillard. Bets were placed using intermediaries, fake accounts, and offshore platforms to avoid scrutiny. And when the games unfolded according to plan, the payouts came quickly and efficiently. This raises bigger questions about the NBA's corporate and cultural priorities. The league has shifted from being primarily about basketball to being about branding, sponsorships, and lifestyle. TV ratings have dipped over the past decade, ticket prices have skyrocketed, and fans increasingly consume bite-sized highlights rather than full games. In many ways, the NBA product is now more about generating attention and revenue than it is about the sport itself. When gambling companies are partners, when sponsorships are baked into every element of the experience, it creates fertile ground for corruption, both legal and illegal. And that's why the media narrative is so important. By focusing only on the three NBA figures whose faces are easy to recognize, the public may miss the broader implications. This isn't just a basketball scandal, it's a convergence of organized crime, corporate interests, and a sport whose structure now allows these interactions to happen. Fans notice the arrests and scandals, they click the headlines, but they rarely see the shadows behind the scenes. Yet those shadows, mafia families, betting syndicates, and complex financial operations are exactly what make this story so explosive. So when you scroll past headlines, memes, or TikTok recaps of NBA stars arrested for gambling, remember, the story is far bigger. The players and coaches named are just the most visible layer. Beneath the surface lies a sophisticated system involving decades-old crime families, advanced cheating technology, and a league whose own corporate partnerships may have unwittingly or deliberately created the environment for these crimes to flourish. Gambling in sports isn't just a sideline entertainment anymore. It's a multi-billion-dollar ecosystem where influence, money, and risk intersect in ways most fans will never fully see. And that's why, despite all the news coverage, the real story, the mafia, the networks, the systemic issues remains largely invisible. The scandal just exploded. The FBI has now linked the Gambino, Genovese, and Bonanno families to illegal gambling connected to professional basketball. And 3 NBA names are already in handcuffs. Terry Rozier, current NBA player, Miami Heat. Chauncey Billups, Portland Trail Blazers head coach. Damon Jones, former NBA player. But here's the thing, the investigation shows this wasn't a quick scheme. It went on for years, with illegal betting and rigged sports outcomes. And what many believe, but nobody on TV is saying, these guys might not be the masterminds, just the ones who got caught first. The NBA promotes betting, then acts shocked. Look around. Betting logos are on the court floor. Commercials non-stop push gambling apps. League Pass is filled with sponsor ads. NBA shows literally teach people how to bet. Meanwhile, Commissioner Adam Silver stands in front of cameras pretending to be disturbed. Come on. The NBA has been cashing in on gambling since the Supreme Court made sports betting legal in 2018. Just last year, betting companies spent over $52 million advertising during NBA games. That kind of money always attracts the wrong crowd. Where the FBI comes in. There are 2 separate indictments. Keycap 1 illegal sports betting plus rigging outcomes. Keycap 2 underground poker games manipulated with high-tech cheating tools. According to investigators, Rozier pretended to be injured to influence bets. Others placed bets using insider information. Hundreds of thousands of dollars were won illegally. Mafia-backed poker games used X-ray tables, special lenses, and marked cards. Victims lost millions because the house was designed to never lose. The fallout has begun. The NBA says Rozier and Billups are suspended without pay while the investigation continues. Terry Rozier loses $26.6 million. Chauncey Billups loses $7 million. And that's before any court rulings. The real question, not who got caught, but who hasn't yet. Because when sports and gambling become this tightly connected, corruption isn't a surprise, it's inevitable. Chauncey Billups and former NBA player Damon Jones are now accused of teaming up with the mafia to run secret high-stakes poker games. Their fame helped attract wealthy guests, but those guests never had a real chance to win. Why? Because the games were completely rigged with technology straight out of a spy movie. High-tech cheating tools. According to the FBI, the group used direct-hit special glasses plus contacts. These could read invisible ink printed on the cards. A casino security expert even demonstrated how they work. The marks are invisible to the naked eye, but through the lenses, the cards become readable like a cheat code. Slaw machine, a hacked shuffling machine. Even when the cards were shuffled, the order wasn't truly random. Joker, an X-ray poker table built to reveal the face-down cards underneath the surface. Mobile phone, an analyzer disguised as a phone. A hidden camera scanned the deck like a barcode and instantly predicted the winner of each hand. Imagine sitting at a table thinking you're playing poker, but the house knows every card you touch. That's how victims lost millions. The Mafia is evolving. Experts say this shows one thing clearly: the Mafia has upgraded with modern tech while still running the same old scams. And there's a lot we still don't know. Who were the wealthy victims? How much money was actually stolen? Will more players or celebrities be exposed? Because investigators believe the scandal may reach far beyond the few names we've seen so far. Enter La Cosa Nostra. Federal officials say the operation involved major New York crime groups, including members of the Gambino family, Bonanno family, Genovese family, Lucchese family. These are the same groups that have controlled illegal gambling, racketeering, and extortion for nearly a century. They were born from La Cosa Nostra, the original mafia network from Italy, and have dominated New York's underground since the 1930s. Now, those same families have crept into a scandal connected to the NBA. The investigation is still unfolding, and the real list of guilty parties may only be getting started. Decades after everyone assumed the mafia's influence vanished in the 1980s, the FBI says otherwise. Now, 13 members and associates from 4 major New York families have been indicted in this NBA gambling scandal. The idea that the mafia disappeared? Wrong. They didn't vanish, they evolved. According to the indictment, these crime families didn't just place bets from the sidelines. They were running parts of the operation, controlling underground poker games in New York and Miami, deciding winners, and laundering money through seemingly clean fronts. And here's the key: they allegedly used NBA players and coaches as face cards. Put a famous player or respected coach at the table, and suddenly wealthy gamblers feel safe putting down huge bets. But those games? Completely rigged from the start. It's not just infiltration, it might be collaboration. The mainstream media frames this as the mob sneaking into the NBA. But look closer, maybe this was a handshake, not a break-in. Sure, Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups, and Damon Jones are the names in the spotlight, but the NBA is enormous. Legal betting deals, corporate sponsorships, and data-sharing partnerships are supposed to monitor integrity. So how does the mafia get this deep unless someone inside the league looked the other way or was more involved than we realize? Prosecutors claim players shared sensitive info like lineups, injuries, playing minutes, stuff sportsbooks shouldn't have in real time. Even superstar statuses LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Damian Lillard were reportedly leaked. Bets went through intermediaries, fake accounts, and overseas sites to avoid detection, and when games followed the plan, the payouts came fast. Connections matter, both worlds collide. To pull this off at such a massive scale, you need both the criminal underground and the corporate world. Someone has to move the money, process transactions, and make sure the betting systems, the same ones NBA sponsors helped create, don't flag anything. And let's be honest, the NBA hasn't just been about basketball for a long time. It's about branding, partnerships, and lifestyle. Ratings have dropped, ticket prices have skyrocketed, and Adam Silver basically says, just watch the highlights if you can't afford a seat. Most NBA content is free or easily accessible, meaning the league's product is now more about eyeballs and money than the game itself. These days, the NBA isn't built around full games anymore. It's built around highlights. Fans consume basketball in quick clips, Instagram dunks, TikTok crossovers, YouTube top 10 plays. Even major news outlets share more bite-sized content than full analysis. As long as it grabs attention, it spreads. Because of that shift, fans now spend more time talking about trades, drama, and tweets than the basketball itself. So, of course, gambling slipped right into the culture. When the league partners with betting companies nonstop, it shouldn't be a shock when people inside the league start treating the sport like a business opportunity. The FBI calls this latest scandal organized crime. But a lot of fans think the NBA already looks like organized crime, just with a better public relations team. Billion-dollar franchises are working hand in hand with sportsbooks, media networks, and politicians. Everyone is trying to squeeze every dollar out of a game that fans used to feel they owned. One fan joked online, "The NBA is concerned about the arrests from the FBI's sports betting case. Use code multiple arrests for a 30% boost on your parlay with DraftKings, the official betting partner of the NBA." Another person went even further. Gambling is just the start. The NBA has ties with other shady groups too: rogue authorities, corrupt operators, even foreign intelligence. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Now the question comes back to us. How deep do you think this goes? Is the NBA truly unaware? Or are the arrests just the first dominoes falling in a much bigger game? Let me know what you think, and I'll keep you updated as the story unfolds.